Hi, how's everybody doing today? It's Coach Matt coming at you with my first live stream. I'm super excited to kind of do this. This is kind of new for me. And so excuse if there's some delays here and there with me trying to figure out all of the technical stuff. But I'm Matt Bergdorf. I am a strength and conditioning coach in a tactical setting. And I've been a strength coach for about 10 years. My favorite baseball team is obviously the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers, and you'll see I drink lots of coffee out of this mug. So that's a little bit about who I am and my favorite team. I did have a pretty, I guess I wouldn't call it like a successful baseball career. I did get to play in college, but it was in a microcosm of what could have been. I think everyone has the when you look back and you think, man, I could have done this, this, and this better, and I could have made this decision, and maybe something would have been different. Regardless, I did have a pretty wonderful playing career. I got to play, up until my sophomore year of college, and then after that, baseball was done for me, and attempted a little comeback doing independent ball, and that didn't work out. But either way, I had a blast. Co-ed softball is kind of my future now, but regardless, that's always a good time. So that in a nutshell, that's just a little bit about me. I kind of started thinking about doing something like this for YouTube for quite some time. Basically in 2017, when I left the NHL team that I was working for and I moved back across the country to California, I really started coaching some youth baseball athletes. And coaching those youth baseball athletes really reinvigorated the love for baseball and the excitement around preparing and getting ready for games, and obviously talking to them about their experiences as an athlete. And that was one way for me to connect with them, was obviously through training, but also talking baseball. And I was already doing what you see today. So what you're seeing today is on the YouTube, is on this channel, is me recapping and discussing all the things that happen in Major League Baseball on a daily basis. And that was always so much fun for me, talking to these young kids. And it was fun because I was being impressionable on them just as an adult, just connecting with in the training environment, and a way to get away from the rigors of training by talking about something that they love to do and the sports that they love. And this was in the Bay Area. So being a Dodgers fan in the Bay Area, you'd be surprised how many Dodger fans are up there. But on the other side of the coin, when you talk to someone, you say, "Oh, where are you from?" And you say, "Oh, I'm originally from Southern California." The first thing they say, doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter who you are, the first thing they say is, "You better not be a Dodgers fan." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a Dodgers fan." And it's kind of funny when they have that conversation with you. But regardless, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a wonderful time because the Dodgers, they're just very good at that time. So they're still very good, And so whenever they went up to San Francisco, we pretty much beat them up, and that was always fun. So that's one reason why I'm starting this channel, is because I was able to connect with these athletes through talking about what was happening in the major leagues and even in college baseball, and just have a great discussion. Since I have moved away from youth training and moved into a tactical setting, that environment, I don't have that connection anymore with talking about professional sports. Sure, here and there's a guy or two that I get to talk to that does like baseball, and we do talk baseball, but on a very micro level from what it used to be. So I figured it was time to decide what to do with my love for baseball and my love to connect with people on baseball. I can't just do it with my girlfriend all the time. I know she would love it, but I love having a community of people to talk to. And so that's really the reason why I decided to start this channel, is I wanted to connect with other baseball fans across the country with many different likes and dislikes and different opinions. So that way we can have a really great discussion, for or against all the different things in all of Major League Baseball. And we're already having that already so far, and I'm going to show this one. That's right. Go Dodgers. My brother, Nicholas. That's right. Go Dodgers. Love it. I appreciate it. That's exactly what we want to see is pro Dodgers stuff. But at the same time, other teams I'm a fan of too. I really like seeing people like Juan Soto play, and who doesn't like watching Aaron Judge hit the ball 475 feet? That's pretty awesome too. So baseball fan at heart. I try to keep track of as much as I can, and I try to provide as much as I can for everybody. So that's really the goal of the channel is to just provide coverage on all of Major League Baseball, connect with everyone on a more personal level, but through the lens of Major League Baseball and even college baseball if we get to that point. There are some youth players that I'm still in contact with, so I do have a little bit of a connection with the youth world at this time, but the youth world is so big. Imagine if there's only 30 something baseball teams in the major leagues, and you go lower into the minor leagues, each team has 7 or 8 minor league teams. I know they just restructured all the minor leagues, so I think there's only 8 minor league teams now instead of like 13 for each organization. So there's 8, and that spreads across multiple leagues and different levels. And then there's a college baseball. I think there's 500 schools in all of NCAA, and that includes like Division I, Division II, Division III, and I think there's like 500 to 600 schools. And then in high school, there's like it's like 10,000 schools or something like that. So you can imagine the tree gets bigger and bigger the lower you go. So the youth level is a little bit hard to keep track of because there's so many players and there's so many travel teams, there's so many high schools. It's very hard to keep track of that. But in the college world and the major league world, it's a little bit easier to get coverage and see what's going on. So this channel is going to start off by focusing mostly on the major leagues, but eventually down the line, I'll be adding in some college coverage and maybe even some high school coverage at the end of the year when they have their sectionals and state games and all that. So that's kind of like the vision on like the games themselves. I do have a vision to do stadium tours. One of my passions and my girlfriend's passions is we love to go to games and we love to watch the Dodgers play and all these other games. Now, it doesn't always have to be the Dodgers, but we love going to stadiums, and baseball and beer is our thing. So we always go, we always get a beer, we get to watch the game. I buy a hat at every stadium that I go to. Crystal always buys a pin, so that's kind of her thing. So either way, it's always a good time, and eventually be able to do these stadium tours and explanations of stadiums that I've been to. I've already done a couple of that on this channel. I think I've been to, it's like 18 of the 30 stadiums. I'm going to hit the Northeast here soon if they allow fans, and really if we can get tickets. I don't know if you've looked at ticket prices. They're expensive. They're in the few $100 range per ticket, and you got to buy them in pods of 4 or 5. So we'll see what we can do for actual live games and where we can go with that. But that's another arm of the channel that I want to have is going and seeing stadiums and showing some of the fun things within stadiums. I wish I would have had this channel years ago because I would have been able to show some pretty awesome places. I was very fortunate. Like Colorado is one of my favorite stadiums. Petco is one of my favorite stadiums. Obviously, Dodger Stadium's a holy ground, and Wrigley Field and AT&T Park or whatever they call it nowadays. The Giants change their stadium name like every 3 years because they get someone who pays them a lot of money to do that. So regardless, it's their world, the sponsorship world of business of baseball. So there's a lot of really cool things that we want to eventually do with this channel, but we're starting off by just doing daily coverage of Major League Baseball. We're going to try and connect with others in the sport of baseball and provide them some sort of value through my opinions and through discussions in the comment section and on Twitter and on Facebook, whatever the case, whatever demographic or platform you want to use. I'm open to it, to having those discussions there. So that's kind of the what I envision this channel to become. There's obviously going to be some improvements over the time. I'm currently using a MacBook Pro's camera and mic. So at some point there will be an improvement in audio equipment and video equipment, but that's down the line. Same thing with like my backdrop. I'm just using a blank wall here. So that'll improve at some point. There's times where you just got to just push record and just go. So, there's a lot of times people, they have all these great ideas and great thoughts, and they just don't push the start button to go and do it. It's the same thing in training and dieting, in my career. A lot of times people just don't start. They're all talk. And really the best thing to do is just to start, hit the start button and just go after it. Get after whatever your goals are. So one of the things for me is I wanted to start this channel for about over a year now, something like this. And I've had some pretty incredible people that have helped me along the way. And I finally was like, you know what, like push record. Let's just go. Let's just do it. And if you guys all have seen my video progression through the time, the very first video I did on my iPhone, vertical, so it wasn't like a landscape option, it was portrait option, and I was just like and it was like kind of shaky, and I was moving around, and now I've got like a stabilization and good lighting, and so things have already improved just a little bit, and my editing skills are getting a little bit better, and it's cool because you kind of get some creativity out onto this platform, and it's great to see like this wonderful response. There's some pretty awesome people that I've already met. This guy, Ice Cream Man, has been on like all of my videos, and I love commenting with this guy. He's awesome. He's got a pretty cool channel. Go check it out if you want. It's all fun. I think the YouTube space is just a really loving community and really embracing community. So another reason why just push record and go. Whatever fears people have, just dash it aside. Just go and start. Like everyone starts from somewhere, so might as well start from there. Same thing for training and dieting. Heck, you just got to just start and do it, and obviously be consistent with it. So I think those principles still apply to YouTube. I'm doing daily videos. There's definitely been some late nights recording or getting material, getting information on what's happening, and then recording, editing, and then publishing. So there's obviously been some wonderful things there, but also like it definitely wears on you a little bit, but it's great. I enjoy doing it. And I know everyone that I've talked to that on a personal level, they enjoy watching the videos. So I love it. I want to share it with everybody. And so that's the final piece on terms of what the channel is and what I want to do. And so in the comments section, I want to hear what you guys like to see. Do you all want to keep seeing these daily MLB coverages? Do you like the thought process that I've got for stadium tours, college coverage, high school, state sectional and state game coverage? Is there anything that you in the audience want to see? What is it that you want to see? I'm definitely going to be doing like reaction videos to the World Series odds. That's a video that I want to do. I haven't even looked at them yet. So I definitely want to do that one. Reaction to the power ranking was my first video. Every quarter of the year, I'll be doing like a where's baseball at currently, and where do I think it's going to happen? Who's going to be on the trade block? The Miguel Cabrera tracker on the home runs and the hits. That's another one I want to be pushing forward. And watching some of these young guys, come up through the systems. So that's just one of the things that I want to do. And stadium tours can't wait to do stadium tours. Definitely one of the things that I'm super excited about. Since we're in now North Carolina, the home of Corey and Kyle Seager, we are about 8 hours away from anything. So we're like 8 hours to the Braves. Well, I think we're 7.5 hours to Washington Nationals. And then they're like another 40 minutes away from the Baltimore Orioles. And then we're like 8 hours from Pittsburgh. And then another hour from Cincinnati and Cleveland, and then the Yankees and Mets and Phillies. And so there's Boston Red Sox. There's a whole bunch of stadiums we're going to try and hit this year. And, and that's one of the things that we're excited to do and check out these games. We're going to try and hit as many stadiums as we can in one trip. Obviously, given the situation around the world, we'll do our best to make it happen. But again, who knows with the way stadiums are, heck, maybe we'll just go to Texas and go see a game in Texas. They're doing 100% seating. So maybe we'll go there. They can't even fill that stadium in the first place. So, maybe we'll be able to go there. We did get to go. Now we did some fun things. We did get, today marks 1 year from when I moved out of California out to North Carolina. We actually, went to Vegas our first day, and we, saw a whole bunch of things, but we eventually made our way over to Houston, and we wanted to see the Houston Astros ballpark, the Minute Maid Park. And we got to do a little walk around the stadium because at this point, the pandemic, everything had shut down. Houston itself was like a ghost town. If you remember watching The Walking Dead, that very first episode where it's like Atlanta's just empty. There's just no one there except for like obviously the walkers. And we're driving around, and it had a very eerie feel, like nothing is open. There's like 4 cars on the road. And this is like downtown Houston. So we got to go to the stadium, and we got to take some, some pictures with some wonderful hand gestures, just Awesome. I found a trash can that said waste management by the Houston Astros, and I was just, I loved it. It was hilarious. Great little picture of that one. So stadium tours will be one. Super excited about that. And so if there's anything that you all want to see on this channel, please don't hesitate to put it in the comment section. I want to see what you guys do. I want to provide value to you as an audience. And if there's anything that I can do to make that value happen, I'm going to do my best to make it happen. So that's pretty much it. So let's do a little recap. I'm Coach Matt Bergdorf. I'm a big Dodgers fan. I did have a pretty mediocre playing career in terms of junior college ball, but that was pretty much where it ended. The reason I'm starting this channel is because I used to connect with my athletes, my youth athletes that were baseball players, on a personal level on the major leagues and youth baseball and all that and the preparation. I just missed it. And it was great to connect with them. And now I'm in a tactical setting, so I don't get that very much. So I figured now's the right time to start something with the community online and have a discussion online. And that's where I can, secure that community aspect of connecting about talking about baseball. My community expectations for all of you is to obviously keep it cordial, keep it fun. We can have a good time razzing each other. I know I'm going to have a lot of choice words for the Giants and Padres this year and Astros to say the least, but obviously keep it, PG-13, so to speak. And the future of the channel, there's going to be some stadium tours. I'm going to cover some high school games. I'm going to cover the College World Series and the college games. My Cal State Fullerton Titans are not doing very good right now. I think they've lost like 5 in a row. I'm so mad. And then eventually some other reaction videos. So that's kind of the future of the channel, what I foresee. Obviously, the equipment and the backdrop will all improve over time as things come and et cetera. But from other than that, if you all have anything else, I will end it here. I just want to keep it short and sweet. I was figuring between 15 and 25 minutes. We're about 17 minutes in, and I feel like this is probably a good place to stop. So without further ado, please subscribe to the channel. I want you guys to hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And if you smash the like button for YouTube algorithm, that's a Graham Stephan reference. Here we go. Here's a good question. How do you watch baseball without a cable subscription? So this one's getting a little bit harder to do. Honestly, overall, this is getting harder to do. I was using bylasport.net, and it seems that website is either down or it's been purchased by a different company, because now it's going into you have to sign up. It says $0, but then you start putting things in and it says $4.95 for the first month, or maybe it said $1.95 first month and $4.95 every month after that. Regardless, it's one of those, they're just trying to get you in. That's a good question. Let me get back to you on that. Go to MLB streams on Reddit. That'll be a good place to start, or hey, go to a game or venture off to a bar and enjoy the game at the bar. That's always a good place. But I'll get back to you on that, on answering the how to watch baseball without a cable subscription. You could do MLB.TV. The subscription is like $40 a year. But the problem is MLB sucks in its ability to promote the game. And their first thing is they have blackouts. So if you're in the same market as the team you want to watch, you can't watch the team play unless it's after the game is over. So if you are in New York and you want to watch the Mets play, and you buy MLB.TV and the Mets game starts at 4:00 and you turn the game on, and then all of a sudden the game doesn't start. It's like, because of blackout, it's like it defeats the purpose. I personally think there should be 0 blackouts. Just everything is just, if you buy MLB.TV, you can watch it all. That's how I feel. Or Andrew, what you could do, get a VPN, get MLB.TV, put your VPN in Russia and then, or Canada or something, and then watch the game from there. So do a VPN. That'll work. So thank you, Dr. Lynn. Appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. It is very ridiculous. Just find out a VPN and that'll work. Or what you could do, Andrew, is ask a friend for their cable login and pay them $10 a month. Do something like that. That's cheap, right? You can do that. That's one way of doing it. So, hit the subscribe button. I would love to see you guys all hit the notification bell so you can see all my videos every day. I'm going to be doing coverage every single day. Obviously, there's going to be some days where there isn't going to be any baseball. Like they always have like a day off between the last exhibition game and the first game of the year. So that game, I'm sure I'll do like a World Series prediction or, who's going to have the most wins, who's going to have the MVP, who's going to win the Rookie of the Year, et cetera, prediction video. That one's going to be quick. But I'm not going to do a recap today of the games. I'm going to do it tomorrow. So I'll do tomorrow. I'll do today's games. I'm going to enjoy the day. It is currently 74 degrees outside and sunny. So your boy's going to the beach, all right, with my Dodger gear on because you got to promote the Dodgers out here in Eastern North Carolina. And so hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell. And without further ado, this will conclude my first live stream. I hope you all very much enjoyed it. And we will see you tomorrow. Okay, guys. Bye.